Hey guys, welcome to the show, and just a quick heads up what we've got planned for the next few days. Now, yesterday I did a bunch of Suzuki lessons, really simple for cellists, if you've ever wanted to play cello. And I think everybody wants to play an instrument, don't they? And it's because it's so therapeutic. And it's also very impressive, and I guess people say, oh, there's Romeo, off he goes. I guess people, we like to be praised. We like to impress people. We can't help it. We like that. Some of us do it bashfully. Others of us, like myself, do it vocally and with great pleasure. It just depends, but I think we all quite like it. So there are lots of reasons for starting an instrument. Now, the thing with the Suzuki method is, as long as you've got your instrument sorted, the program is quite simple because it's developed for children, and that means that you can learn at any age. And we're really starting from nothing with the new TV shows. Okay. The other thing we're doing this week, oh, by the way, if you want to sign up for the TV shows, you need to go to Vimeo vimeo.com/on-demand/Tellteller Club. And that takes you to the sign up page. And there are hundreds and hundreds of podcasts and videos for all things arty-farty. I mean, it's an arty-farty channel. And it's great fun to do, and there's all sorts there. And if you're a member, you can just dip in wherever you want. Just search the title or the word. I mean, I try to make the titles very descriptive. But there are also loads and loads and loads of audiobooks on there. So it's really good if you love audiobooks and you're trying to get to sleep at night. You just, pop one of those on. There's an app, a Vimeo app, so you can download my shows. It's really exciting, isn't it? It's fantastic. Now, the other thing we're going to do over the coming weeks is I'm going today to speak to an advisor about setting up my photography studio. Why do I want to do that? Because I may as well because I'm launching myself as a mature model, and because I don't want to have to travel every week, because the thing is, when you're doing as much internet stuff as I do, so my blog, for example, I don't want to be having to do 4, 5, 6 photo shoots a year and getting in my car and in the cold winter. That's what I was thinking about. I was thinking, I don't know if I fancy doing that. And travelling to somebody's studio that you don't know, you don't feel comfortable in, then you've got to put clothes on, and they're a bit weird. All of those things, I just didn't want to do that. I wanted to, also, I'm a creative artist, and I've got a lot of there's hundreds of photographs for sale in my gallery that I've taken. So I was thinking a bit like Cindy Sherman, using self-portraits to express political disquiet, because obviously I'm a bit of an activist, and figuring out how can I be more activist than I already am, with perhaps processes that I enjoy more. Because I don't think that painting on T-shirts is quite the way forward for me in a creative sense, in a professional sense. I like painting radical thoughts on T-shirts. However, who's going to buy them? I mean, I think you have to be realistic. I think making your own is a really good idea. Making your own customised clothing is absolutely lovely, but I don't think it's necessarily a good way to make a living. I don't think enough people are going to want to buy them. I really don't. But that's me. That's because I'm of a different generation than you guys probably are listening to this. I don't know. And if I was starting afresh my art career, I would definitely kickstart it through radical clothing. But I just think at this time in my career, where I've got this huge body of work, and there's a lot of photography and paintings and digital work, going to clothes and trying to launch a clothing business with customised clothes is not going to be what I want to do. I need to be, bit savvy about where I am in my career, what people expect from me in my career. People expect to see more digitally orientated work. Do you see what I mean? Launching yourself as a fashion designer when you're 18 or 20 or 25, who customises clothes, who upcycles clothes, brilliant idea. Absolutely brilliant idea. For someone who's 61, forget it. That boat has sailed for me. You see what I'm saying? However, I'm still going to be doing at the academy loads and loads of customised clothes. And for me to wear when I go out, guys, when I go out, when I go to my club or whenever I'm in London, I want to express myself. And the wonderful way of expressing myself is through my own customised clothes. In fact, one of my T-shirt dresses, I'm going to customise them all, actually, because I'm not so impressed with the manufacturing of them. I don't like the neckline. And I don't like the stitching. So there's a few, it sounds really petty, but actually when that's all there is, that's a big thing. Do you know what I mean? In a T-shirt, or you see the stitching, you see the neckline. The neckline's a really important part of it. So I'm just going to slash the whole thing and get some little leather straps with little buckles and reattach the two sides to each other with using these buckles. You could do other things. You could tie it, cut it into strips and do little knots. You could get ribbons. I did think of ribbons, actually. I still might go for ribbons. Or maybe a combination of ribbons and buckles. What a great name for something. Ribbons and buckles. Haberdashers. Oh dear, I'm on a roll today creatively. Anyway, so yesterday did loads of cello stuff, really nice. I've already had my practice today, and it's I've got to go out this afternoon, so there's not much going to happen today vis-a-vis the academy, but most days I'm uploading other stuff that that's over on the YouTube, because I've closed all the YouTube down. Do you see what I mean? So I'm just kind of transferring everything over. So tons of really cool art stuff to look at, and as I say, tons and tons of books. I'm also going to be featuring lots and lots more sci-fi adventures on this podcast, because they're so popular. People love them, and they're so relevant today. I think we've got this fascination with science fiction today because of because of AI, and it's almost like a spooky thing, isn't it? It's like, ooh, AI. And of course, AI isn't spooky at all. I use AI every day. We're all using AI every day. We just maybe don't notice that we are, but I can assure you we are. So we've got all this, this backlog of wonderful science fiction, which is actually relevant, very relevant, and can be applied today. And there's also things in the story. Actually, I will tell you this. If you're interested in the way that stories shape futures, so these stories from the past, what would be their impact? I'm not going to say that they shape, old stories shape the way people feel today, per se, but there is a canon, a history of science fiction, which I think does build up over the years in an evolutionary way and have some sort of cause and effect on, especially the way writers and filmmakers operate today. They do look at these stories, and they become part of our culture. So the story's been around for 100 years, which all my stories are public domain, so they have been around for that long. So if they've been around for a century, they must be part of how we are culturally, because everything from the past is how we are now. It affects our present. It also affects our future. But most importantly, it affects our present. And it certainly affects creators and writers. And it's a really great thing to be aware of. So what I'm doing on the blog, the Academy blog, which is telltellerclub.com, you will be able to find there articles about all of the books that I feature. So if you're studying that sort of thing, you just want to know a bit. They're not heavy articles. They're not big, heavy academic articles. They're general introductions, giving you a little bit of a synopsis about, who, where, what, why, and how they were, how the the public responded to them back in the day and how relevant they are today, if they're relevant. Some of these books have disappeared. So there we go. That's the heads up. Now, if you're over 18, you can find on my other podcast material that's more related to older people, and so a little bit of explicit stuff, not too much, but some LGBTQ stuff, maybe a bit of crossover age-wise stuff. So that's on the other podcast, which is the iServalan show. So there we go, guys. Big heads up today. More ringtones and lessons on Logic Pro, obviously, over the weekend. We'll have a bit of fun with those. And, well, have a great day.